Good morning, one and all. Martin's Test Shaves. It's Thursday, the 11th of April. I've got a lot to get through today because I've got a new razor to test. Also, I'm going to use some Martin de Candre posh soap, which was very kindly given to me as a tester. This was quite a posh looking soap. It's the Martin de Candre Savon à Razor, and it's been ages since I've used it, so I thought, as it's posh and I've got a posh razor to try. Anyway, just a quick word. Yes, I came down with a heavy cold as of Monday. I've been suffering with it since Monday. Tuesday, I received this wonderful razor all the way from Florin in Japan, who sent it to me, fully engraved with my initials. And I can't tell you how proud I am to own such a wonderful piece of art. As I've said many times before, and bored you all, I'm sure I have. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can't own in life. You can't own the best house, you can't own the best car, you can own the best razors. And as men, it's our duty to look reasonably suave and sophisticated, and not like poor little BBC footballers. In other words, little beardy boys. So anyway, enough of that, my pontificating. That's a nice lather, that's going to do. Allow me please to show you this selection of shavettes, starting with this absolutely incredible piece of art. Now that is the work of a master artist, not merely a craftsman, a master artist. Anyway, all I can say is, I'm even going to improve it because I'm like that. I think I might gold plate it as well. But this has got a different type of blade. This is a captain blade. And these are more expensive even than the standard feather professional shavettes. There's the cartridge for the standard feather professional super blade, which I've got to say do work extremely well. I want to see how this works. This is beyond exquisite. Even the genuine wood scales have been patterned, and I think Florin is a master. Anyway, let's see how it performs first. This is on very, very heavy stubble. First thing you notice is trying to get the angle right. This is a brand new blade. The actual shape of this DX wonderful creature, this is the feather DX. The actual shape of the blade is more or less a wedge. But by gum, this is 4 days of very heavy stubble. And it's doing a good job. A proper heavy wedge blade. Frederick Reynolds, for instance, as I've just watched. The great Leon. Long haul Leon. Use is probably better. But this is a test. If it can cope with 4 days of old man stubble, it's doing very well. Yeah, there's hesitancy there with this blade, but that's understandable. The hesitancy is overcome by the extreme sharpness. Yeah, that is doing well. However, as a counterblast, I'm going to try the other side of my face with another feather, the one I've used last time. And this one needs engraving too. But this one is the more or less, I say standard, that's probably the wrong word to use. This is still a feather professional artist club. This is the one with the wood looking scales. Let's just see as a comparison. This is with the feather professional blade, which is a very, very, very good blade. This is only its second use on this blade, so it should be very good. Yeah, I can't tell any difference between them. Yes, doing very, very well. I've got one more to try, hang on. Yeah, these feather blades are very, very good. They're not as expensive as the others either. These are, I'm sure if you buy them in bulk, these strange things, these are the Captain Blade. These are the Kai, K-A-I. The K, Captain Blade. I can't tell. But there again, this is a little unfair. This is very heavy stubble. Anyway, look, I'm going to stop using this one, which I have proved many times as being extremely good shavette. Shavettes are extremely good entry into proper straight razor shaving. They look and feel very similar. However, let's go to the Kismet, because the Kismet is a long blade shavette. And I got to say, nearest you'll ever get to a straight razor. Well, not as good. And I thought this was really good last time. It doesn't like 4 days. No, it doesn't. Doesn't like 4 days. Its blade is thinner, more flexible, sharp, very, very sharp. But let's just try the new baby again on the same area. No, much better. So Kismet, nah. Not on heavy stubble. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's still struggling a little bit. It takes a big manly razor to get through 4 days of my stubble. And normally I go for a very heavy blade on 4 days. I'm not going to overcomplicate things today. You'll get tired of me and switch off. Also, talking great beauty, and this is very beautiful. Another quick shout out to my very, very long-suffering, beautiful girlfriend, Alda, over in Morocco, who has just suffered the usual Ramadan starvation thing that they do, and has now had Eid, which was yesterday, and so theoretically can build herself back up to fairly normal again. I must go over there, I really must. She's quite the most beautiful creature that I have ever seen. The best part is it's been a very long process of me getting over there. We've had so many problems, which I'm not going to bore you all with. Her father's illness and death, mine. My father had, he lasted a little bit longer. And then we had the lockdown and no one could travel. Then I got ill. So it's all been a bit of a roller coaster. But she's so steadfast. The exact opposite to a Western woman. Although that's a little harsh. There are very, very good ones out there. But she's obviously young enough and beautiful enough to catch anybody she wants. And she's stuck with me. So I rather doubt her sanity, but still. This is quite a revelation. I've got to say, the only detraction I would say from shavettes is the fact you haven't got the pleasure of a true straight razor. They feel very, very sharp. They do a magnificent job, but the skin will be irritated afterwards. You can't get away from it. If you want the ultimate, you really have to have a very well honed and very well stropped straight razor. I haven't got time today and I don't want to bore you. But for a good shave, this is excellent. The Martin de Candre soap seems to be bearing up very well. I'm going to finish it off in a minute because the efficiency of any form of straight razor, be it a shavette or a proper straight razor, is so good that you get virtually BBS every time. Baby bum smooth. And this is a little bit too thick, this soap. I didn't hydrate properly. I'm in a rush. And I've added a little bit more water, but I can actually feel my skin is very slightly objecting to these ultra sharp blades. Machine made blades are wonderful. They are incredibly sharp, but a hand stropped, hand honed blade is always superior. They feel really good. No two ways about that. And this holds extremely well. Yeah, effortless. The only thing is, as I say, I can feel on certain areas. Oh look, is that a tiny drop of blood? So obviously, as I said before, shavettes of this quality are unbelievably good, but unbelievably sharp. Very, very nice to use. And the pleasure you get from looking at the engraving. Before I finish off, I'll give you a little story about engraving. Oh look at that, I just must have caught myself under the chin. I suspect that wasn't with this. I suspect it was with this. I think it was this that did it. Anyway, who cares? Yeah, just a very brief short story on engraving and how things have changed over the years. I had a master engraver in Hove, Pat Homewood, and I would actually stand by his bench and watch him for considerable periods of time working hand engraving. One day, a company had sent him 3 gold watches, men's gold watches. It was a big company and they'd had several retirements, and these were retirement presents to their staff. And they were good long irons, 9-carat cased gold watches. And I could have cried because they wanted the machine engraved. Can you believe that? Machine engraved, like you find on army medals. When of course Pat could have quite happily hand engraved with palace script the gentleman's service record. So now of course I bemoan the fact that everything is laser engraved. And of course all your custom makers are using, well, not all, but a lot of custom makers are using laser engraving. And it's good, it's not bad, it's just it's not hand engraving. And there'll never be a replacement for hand engraving. Hand engraving has a totally different sparkle, a totally different look, and it makes machine engraving, which always was a poor second, but it makes laser engraving look what it is: cheap modern junk. However, very, very clever. When I was a boy, there was no such thing. And now, that's virtually gone now, look at that. Couldn't even feel it. Do you know, I think I'm going to stop. This is really impressive. But, and here's the big but, for convenience, a shavette is wonderful. For entry into straight razors, a shavette is great. Let me just show you this beautiful thing one more time. Look at that. That's my initials. Martin Wood. Acanthus leaves surrounding and unbelievably well executed. So all I can say to Mr. Zen Razor, Florin, is you are a master, sir. I'm eternally grateful. I'm going to put this down. I'm going to wash these little bits of suds. Old engineering expression, suds. Should say lather, really. So there we are. 4 days of heavy stubble whisked away. Martin de Candre soap, which I haven't got any real opinion about, it's all right. And the main thing is, as far as I'm concerned, the test of these man-made edges confirm, which I've always suspected, unbelievably keen, incredibly sharp, very, very nice to use, but very slightly and predictably over sharp. They don't have quite the smoothness of a straight edge. But there, that's me back to normal. And thanks everyone for subscribing and for watching. I'm always experimenting. That's what Martin's test shades are about. Anyway, that feels absolutely bloody great. I'm fit for the day now. See you all soon. Bye.